Okay, so till 30, I think Krishna explained about soul, right? He- And he defeated or he answered Arjuna's argument that how he can kill guru and fathers and relatives. Right? So that point is answered, right? That okay, you are not going to kill anybody, just that is finished. And the person remains, right? So I think that is answered. Then but still, Arjuna gave several other reasons, right, for his uh, not fighting. Right? So in this chapter, Krishna tries to answer most of the questions also. So another point that argument that Arjuna put was no enjoyment if even if he wins the battle. So his point was if he wins the battle, okay, and he's victorious, even if he wins all the earth, he cannot enjoy. Why? Because with whom we want to enjoy, they all will die. And then we don't want to enjoy that kingdom or anything. Like it will be tainted with them. That's what Arjuna said. So Krishna tries to answer this question from 30 to 37, 37 or 38. This is basically explaining about the Karma Kanda. So Karma Kanda looks so strong one, that it's like karma. You do good karma, basically karma, which is your dharma. Where you do your dharma and you get the benefits. Right. So Arjuna is a Kshatriya. So if he fights, he will get benefits. So if he is victorious, he will of course win the battle and he will have the earth. And about that, because he followed his dharma of fighting, he will be promoted to Swarga, where he can enjoy more, right? More facilities will be there for him to uh, enjoy. So this section is actually Karma Kanda or Sakam Karma. So this uh, generally in general people or normal people, they also follow this concept, right? You do your karma, enjoy the fruits. And that is mostly enjoyment type of thing, like sense enjoyment. Sense enjoyment word looks too much, how to say, um, not a user-friendly word, right? Sense enjoyment is like, okay, the better word is maybe just enjoy the world with your body, whatever you can, right? So I want to see movies, I see the movies. So people work 5 days very hard. And then in the Friday evening is a enjoyment type, like go outside, drinks, and Saturday they try to do their own habits, right? Somebody goes for golf, somebody goes for swimming, so others. So that is type of enjoyment. What is the enjoyment in that is actually they do what they want to do. Somebody likes to play golf, so they go and play. Somebody wants to go to movie, they go to movie. So they do what they want to do, and then we feel enjoy, happiness, and that is what we call enjoyment. So karma kanda is sakam karma. In other words, is do your dharma, do your work, and enjoy. So Krishna is telling like you will be having unlimited enjoyment. What you will if you're victorious. Even if you die, it's no problem because you will be having higher destination like Swarga because you followed your dharma and then you died in that. So that's still as a Kshatriya, you will get higher destination. So even if you victorious or you lose the battle, both way is same. You will have the enjoyment. So this is actually like what happens between 31 to 37 versa. So Krishna says, right, both way you are in profit, Arjuna. Don't worry, like there is no loss. There is nothing. Your enjoyment is not going away. So you fight. So this is one argument that Arjuna put. Now Krishna answers that. So Bhagavad Gita, we 5 questions or 5 or 6 arguments that reasons that Arjuna has put, and Krishna started answering, right? And till now, so once Krishna started speaking, so he's speaking continuously, right? Then from 38 to 53, actually, if the verse, we check the verse, let me open Veda base. Let's just verse. Uh, So we say it's like Nishkam Karma Yoga because Krishna uses the word, I think, Bhakti Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, sorry, Buddhi Yoga in the verse 40, yeah, 39. Let me share the screen again. Okay. Esham te abhita Sankhya. I explained as per Sankhya. Buddhir yoge vimam shunu. Now listen as I explained with Buddhi Yoga. So the word used here is Buddhi Yoga. So Buddhi Yoga. Buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. So if you do this, then there is no karma bandha. You are not bound by your karma. So even if you do some action, good or bad, you are not going to get any reaction. So you will be prahasyasi. You will be released of the karma. So you do the karma, but nothing remains that way. So word used here is buddhi yoga. So buddhi yoga is actually used in 2 ways. So Krishna uses the same word as buddhi yoga for bhakti yoga also. So 10.8 or 10.9, tadha or 10:11, I don't remember exactly. Dadami buddhi yogam. Krishna says, I will give you the buddhi yoga by which you can come to me. Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. So here, there also Krishna says buddhi yoga. So here also Krishna is saying, okay, better you do buddhi yoga. That is good because if you think of getting the sinful reactions, right? If I kill them, I will get sinful reaction. If I don't fight, I will get sinful reaction. So both way, there is possibility of getting sins. That's what Arjuna is saying. But he says, okay, if I don't fight and people say anything to me, I'm okay. I will live by begging. But I don't want that sinful reactions. So now then Krishna says, okay, if you decide, okay, I will fight, like 31 to 37 with Dharma. Okay, let me do my Dharma, I will fight. Okay, then what is your problem? Okay, your problem is sinful reaction. So then Krishna says, okay, just do the Buddhi Yoga by which you will not have any reaction. So if you decide to fight, still you are in better position. So here, Buddhi Yoga word actually used in two because in the next verse, what actually Krishna says, Nehapi krama nasho asti प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पम अपि asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. So even if you do swalpam, little bit of this activity, it will protect you. And what Krishna is saying, nasho asti pratyavaya na na vidyate. So there is no loss if you do this activity. So in this word, actually, and even if you do little bit, that will save you completely. So this actually is bhakti yoga. So activities, Srila Prabhupada uses activity in Krishna consciousness. So that is actually devotional service. That is bhakti. So bhakti means what we say, like in the way. Many times I also think means what bhakti. Everybody says bhakti. So what exactly we mean by bhakti? So in simple word, it is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, the 9 processes, hearing, chanting, worshipping, those 9 processes, that is bhakti. Hearing what? Hearing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna, hearing his pastimes, remembering him. So this is bhakti. So even if you do little bit of it, and you stop, no problem. There is no loss, Krishna says. And even if you do little bit, it will protect you. So this is bhakti yoga. Because bhakti yoga can, little bit of doing bhakti yoga will save us. Of course, Nishkam Karma Yoga is there, but better than that is bhakti yoga. Right? So Krishna is trying to explain bhakti yoga also in this chapter. That's why this is summary. Right? So Krishna says here from 40 to I think 45, if you see the descriptions are uh, of Buddhi Yoga, but that is more related to Bhakti Yoga. And then Krishna at 45 or 47, Krishna gives, so 47, Krishna says, uh, Karmanyevadhikaraste. Mafaleshu Kadachana. Here Krishna goes to Nishkam Karma Yoga. Right? But from 45 to 46, if we see the verses, it is more close, this Buddhi Yoga is more close to uh, Bhakti Yoga, because 41 Krishna says, once those who are dedicated, Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi, Ekeha Gurunandana, their aim is one. So that is only in Bhakti Yoga. Because Bhakti Yoga hearing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. So the focus is very clear, Vishnu or Krishna. So the aim is, goal is one. So this is also talking about Bhakti. Because then Krishna in the next part he says, if you don't have one result, one goal, then you have many desires. Then the intelligence cannot be fixed. Right? Bahushaka hi anantascha buddhuyo avyavasayikam. So if your buddhi is not fixed, then there are many branches. Right? So here Krishna says vyavasayatmika buddhi Ekeha Karunandana. So it is one, resolute. So that is bhakti. And if it is not like that, then it has many branches. So what are the branches? The branches are explained in the Vedas. So Krishna then tells about 42, 43, and 44, 45 about the Vedas. That okay, Vedas, there are people who are not resolute. Their determination is not one, their goal is not one. Then what happens? Then they follow Vedas. And Vedas are, then they pick up the sections of the Vedas which give benefits for somebody. So then what they talk about, there are different, they discuss about Vedas. So what they talk about is sense enjoyment and, sorry, material opulence. That's what they talk. And what they get, uh, whatever possible within the 3 modes. Because Nishkam Karma Yoga also in Bhagavatam it is said that Nishkam Karma Yoga also is in mode of goodness. So till we are in mode of goodness, so everything is in within the material thing, right? So Krishna then tells Arjuna like, okay, if you focus on Vedas, then it's not beyond. But what I am telling you, Buddhi Yoga, that is because the goal is only one. Then your intelligence will be very focused. It will be very resolute in the purpose that you want to achieve. So then Krishna says in 46, 45 also like Vedas. So Vedas are only 3 modes. So maximum, even if you do Nishkam Yoga, Karma Yoga, it is the mode of goodness. So that's what you will get. But you go beyond the modes. And what is beyond the modes is bhakti. So Krishna is also telling Arjuna, okay, do bhakti, that is better. There is no reaction, sin incurred in it. Even if you do little bit, the results will become. So Vedas also say like if you start the activity, you should complete the activity. And if you don't complete the activity, you will get the sin. Krishna is saying no, that is Vedas. That is in 3 modes. So in bhakti, even if you don't complete, no problem. There is no loss, that bhakti remains. So Krishna then summarizes in 46 that all the Vedas, there is some purpose for that. And that purpose is to reach to Vishnu or Krishna in the conclusion. So if you are directly doing the Bhakti Yoga, then already you are following the purpose of all the Vedas. So here also Krishna is telling about Bhakti Yoga as Buddhi Yoga in terms of Bhakti Yoga. And then Krishna comes to this verse, which is very famous verse, right? So generally, everybody just talks about the first line, karmani vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. So people generally, whenever you go, do you know Bhagavad Gita? Yes, I know karmani vadikaraste ma phaleshu. Do your work, but don't get attached to your results. Ma phaleshu kadachana. But the more important like is the second one. Karma phala hetu Mate sangostva akarmani. So don't get attached to the results and that does not mean that you stop the work. No, you do the work and don't do the wrong work. So this is very famous work, right? So this is where Krishna then starts talking about the Nishkam Karma Yoga. So you do your dharma, you do your activity, but you are not attached to the results. So even if Arjuna starts fighting, even if he wins the war or lose the war, he is not attached to the result. He just works because that is his dharma. So here from here onwards, if you see the next 5 to 6 verses, they are talking about purely Nishkam Karma Yoga. And the verse I'm trying to learn, just give me 1 minute, I will check. Nishkam Karma Yoga is in goodness, right? That verse. Who perform as offering to me without consideration of foods is considered to be in mode of goodness. And this is the uh, Nishkam Karma Yoga. Mad Arpanam Nishphalam Va Satvikam Nija Karmata. So work done as an offering to me is in without consideration of food. And offering to me is in mode of goodness. It is not still beyond the goodness. So it's very important. So Nishkam Karma Yoga, people generally say that if you are not attached to the fruits, then you will achieve the supreme. You will achieve the most perfect goal. But that's not the fact. Bhagavatam says that it is in mode of goodness. So how to do that work? Then Krishna explains from 48, right? Don't get attached to the result. So in case of fight, just fight. Forget what happens, the results. Don't worry. But that does not mean you don't fight. You fight with all your power and all your skills. That is the so. That does not mean like Krishna says, don't stop work. Karma, don't be attached to working. So you do your karma seriously, and then don't get attached. Okay. So then from 50, Krishna again talks like, okay, those who are in devotional service. So this is interesting. That again, Krishna comes to the same point like Buddhir Yukto Jahatiha. Ube Sukruta Dushkrute. So those who are doing the devotional service, there is no reaction, good or bad, of the karma. So that is the art of work. So Krishna actually praising the bhakti again. So So then Krishna is recommending, okay, there are many people who have done like this. So by this you can free from cycle of birth and death. Why this is talking about bhakti? Because bhakti can only take you above the birth and death, right? Mode of goodness cannot. Uh, So that is the beyond the misery. So Srila Prabhupada very nicely, right, by going back to God. So that is bhakti, right? So by bhakti you can go there back. No, otherwise, no, you will be still. Also, so buddhi word used in different ways. And then, so then Krishna then again tells about this person who has this fixed intelligence. So how what is his Shruti Viprati Parnate Yadasyati Nischala. So he is Nischala, he is unmoved. Samadhana Achala Buddhi, Achala Buddhi. His Buddhi is not flickering, it's very fixed. Buddhis Tatha Yogam Avapyasi. So that is the Buddhi in yoga. So then you will have yoga avapyasi, you will achieve that yoga, that consciousness which is beyond, that in Buddhi is beyond the world. So it's beyond consciousness. So here Krishna tells that by doing this Sakti yoga, you will be fixed. And actually, Arjuna asked the question. So Krishna is talking about the Nishkam Karma Yoga, and he says like your intelligence will be fixed and you will be not attached. And then Arjuna is down. So such a person whose intelligence is fixed on divine, on Krishna or Vishnu, what will he do? Will he fight the war or not? Right? That's the question. Like, what is that person's character? Right? So then, from 54 onwards, Arjuna asked the question. Right? So that of course we'll see the next time. But the flow is like this, like Sankhya Yoga, then Karma Yoga, then little bit Bhakti Yoga, then Nishkam Karma Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is man mana mad mad bhakto, yeah, continuously remembering Krishna. But Arjuna's situation is he don't want to fight. He's full of compassion. So in that situation, doing bhakti also is difficult. But Krishna is telling, okay, at least you do Nishkam Karma Yoga. Don't get attached. Just do your work, because that way you will achieve. Uh, you will not have any sins, and you will be safe. Right? You will follow your dharma. People will not talk bad about you. uh. So that was the middle way that is much possible for Arjuna to do. So this is the flow, I think, in this 20 to 23 verses. And we have to see like how Krishna uh, tries to pacify all the questions or answer all the questions or arguments of Arjuna. And by that, he is showing Arjuna that the points or the reasons that you are giving for not fighting are not correct. That's why in the beginning, Krishna said to Arjuna, you are talking very intelligently, but it's not worth. So he was a little bit smiling. So this way, Krishna, as a friend and as a guru, tries to answer in different ways, yeah, the uh, questions or reasons of Arjuna. So uh, what we can learn, right? These different types of yoga, at least theoretically now we understand, right? Okay. Um, so calm karma. Sometimes we are practicing right? We are still not pure. So at that stage, sometimes we will do sakam karma. uh, I want the fruits. I want the fruits of my work. So for example, I'm working, so I want salary. I will not say that I don't want salary. I want salary. For what? So that I can use that salary for my bhakti. So that is one way of connecting to Krishna with whatever activity you are doing. So doing job or for earning money and maintaining the family is not actually only sakam karma or karma kanda, because the results we are using for Krishna, and that becomes purified. So, of course, we get money, we have salary, we get money, then we go out for shopping, we go out for picnics with family. Yeah, that is one way of recreation to maintain the family, and that is our dharma. So, at the sadhak stage, it's difficult to do only bhakti if you are grihastha and you have to maintain family. Right? But we should theoretically at least remember that, okay, whatever activity I am doing, somehow I try to connect it to Krishna. So money I am earning, so family I am maintaining. So this family is given to me by Krishna. So I have to keep them nicely. I have to keep them happy. And for their happiness, I am doing something. But the focus should be uh, Vyavasayika Buddhi. What is the goal of doing all these things? And Nishkam Karma Yoga is uh, not the ultimate goal. It's in goodness. To remember that. Many times Nishkam Karma Yoga is very alluring and we like it. Okay, I'm not attached to it. So, okay, I'm feeling happy. But we are not working. Our goal is not that happiness that comes from detachment. Our happiness is from attachment to Krishna. And by that, we automatically get detachment. So we should not work on detachment. We should work on attachment to Krishna. By working on attachment to Krishna, detachment will come. See, it is always very difficult to remove something or to stop something in our life. Okay, so when the doctor says, you go to doctor and you have something, and doctor says, okay, you have to take this medicine. But when you take this medicine, you have to follow certain rules of eating. Okay, so maybe I like some fried items. So doctor says, no fried items from tomorrow if you take this medicine. So then we immediately start feeling, oh my, it's very difficult to stop something, right? So if we focus on stopping that, then that's a problem. But if you focus on positive side, okay, I want to get better. My health should be better. So I have to take this medicine. Okay, so my focus, I change from not doing to what I'm supposed to do. That's a positive engagement for mind. So then I said, okay, I want to take this medicine. With this medicine, this is not working. So, but my focus is medicine. So then I don't feel bad for not eating fried items. So the mind works like this. So mind tries to trick us, right? So when we try to remove something from our life. So we are not trying to remove or get detached from everything. We should trick the mind by telling him, okay, I'm not getting anything away. I'm trying to add. What is the addition? Okay, I want to get to attach to Krishna. I want to chant. I want to read. I want to hear. I want to serve with my body. So this way. It's a better engagement for mind. So Krishna, like Bhakti Yoga, he says there is no loss. You just do something you do of this bhakti and it will remain with you. And also your karma will be free of reaction. So that's a side effect you can say is that karma is not there. And so that's generally that's the goal. But Krishna is saying, okay, so you do something about this bhakti, which is beyond. So we also should try to always during doing the preaching also, right? And this is one way of handling the mind's desire, mind's demand. Okay. I want this, I want that, I want everything. Everything mind says intelligence is sleeping, mind is controlling. That way, one way is to pacify the mind. Okay, wait. We want to have this is fine, but not now. Now our focus is so and so. So let us work on that, and then we will come to this. So this way you can slowly the mind thoughts get reducing because it's very difficult. It's not impossible. It's very difficult, but to get detachment. So we have to accept it. Yeah, I cannot get detached to everything. So okay. So detachment from results, Vishram Karma Yoga, looks easy to talk, but it's very difficult to practice. But better than that is Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, Ekeha Kurunandana, one goal. Let us make one goal of serving Krishna. And that way we will follow, we will cover up other issues or problems. Okay. So this is something I felt from these verses. Right? So now it's open and we can discuss if any doubts or questions, or if anybody wants to add anything, feel free, whatever, anything is okay, no problem.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Uh,
So basically, this is a doubt or a slight confusion, also I can say, Prabhuji.
mhm.
We just discussed. You were saying like any work that we offer to Krishna, but we renounce the fruits. We are making a conscious decision, so it is like in the mode of goodness.
Mhm.
And Krishna, in the same verse, Prabhupada says that we should not get attached to not doing our duties. He says inaction is also not good. In the
Right. Karmani, yes.
so what about so he says like only if you engage in devotional service, it
Mhm.
constitutes, right, Prabhuji. So that's the only thing that is free from any kind of reaction. So is the thing like that, is that equivalent to renunciation of material world? I
Uh, See, renunciation from material world means like control senses and all, like this is a type of Dhyan yoga, right? Or Ashtanga yogi, right? They practice.
kind
So
of
what Narad Muni says,
sannyasi kind of thing, right, Prabhuji? Like we just
yeah,
step
but
out of.
sannyasi are, they are completely engaged in the service of Krishna. So they
Yes,
don't do
Prabhuji.
any, they don't do any job or anything like that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if possible, that is the best, right? But becoming sannyasi is also not easy. Okay, like just
Yes.
uh, if you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's all the devotees, they were mostly
Yes,
all
Prabhuji.
grahasthas,
Yes,
right?
Prabhuji.
So because then it's better engagement, right? Because for becoming a sannyasi or renunciate, you need lot of control of senses plus uh, attachment also, both, right? So
Yes, Prabhuji.
and once we can try, one day you try, like, okay, Harshita, and they both are, can go to SK,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And one day, just try to do hearing, chanting, and reading, okay, going to temple and something like that, full day.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, you try that because our mind is such that it tries to manipulate our thoughts very nicely. And then one way we think, okay, I will do full day, but doing full day is also not easy. You need a lot of determination for that. No? That's why Vyavasayatmika Buddhi is required. Then you have enthusiasm
Agreed,
for it
Prabhuji.
like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so renunciation of fruits is one thing, and renunciation like sannyas is different. That comes in 18th chapter. They both are different. So sannyas is, yeah, of course, if possible, that is the best way. If you have qualified for that, yeah, you should try, should do.
Okay, is Krishna implying that only, Prabhuji? Like, since even if you know you're renouncing the fruits, it's still in the mode of goodness. So, is he implying that you should move towards that, like in mentally?
So at
Is
this stage, he's telling Arjuna like that. No?
right.
That's why he's telling Nishkam Karma Yoga. You don't, because Arjuna is thinking so much, right? What is good, what is bad, what will happen with this, what will happen with that. If I do like this, something like this will happen. If I don't do, this will happen. So when your mind is so much confused, like, then what the best advice Krishna is going, okay, forget everything. You don't attach to the results. Nah. If you win or lose, what happens? Forget that. You just do your dharma. Finish. So that way it's easier to convince Arjuna to fight. Right. So
Understood, Prabhuji.
that's why he's
Uh,
using that. Yeah.
just one extension or like one augmented question to this is, Prabhuji, he is
Mhm.
now standing in a stage of crisis, like he is in the middle of a war, like he is in
Mhm.
a critical situation where he needs to decide. But
Mhm.
for me personally, I would say it is a normal like situation, not in a crisis, but I have to make a choice, right, Prabhuji? So
Mhm.
how do we focus, Prabhuji, like since it's not the crisis that he is undergoing?
Yeah, so one way is the most simplest way, right, to take any decision. Okay,
Yes,
so
Prabhuji.
if by my decision or the activity that I will do, will it take me closer to bhakti or take me away from bhakti? That way, it is the most simplest and fastest way of deciding something.
Understood, Prabhuji.
So
Understood.
then I think means you can try this, that if it's taking away from bhakti, then we have to think, is it worth doing this? Because if my goal is that, then I'm not working for my goal, right? So then I have to stop doing that. Something like this, we have to decide, right? But that decision also should be very practical. It means like uh, I, being a grahastha, we all are grahastha. So our family is also our dharma, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And they
Yes.
are also helping us in bhakti, right? Or my job, or my housework, or the shopping also I do. It's all part of my bhakti, right? So uh, then we can, the decision should be said, means we should analyze very objectively, not subjectively also, like, okay, this activity, how it is connected to Krishna consciousness. Mostly it is connected, okay, but if I'm watching, say, YouTube, okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
and just keep on moving. YouTube is also like the shorts now, right? It's not all videos, it's like 20-second, 30-second short videos. They are very attractive and entangling. Once you start looking at that, you see so many
Yes.
continuously.
Yes.
But those all videos are not always Krishna conscious, like they are something. And we, many times it happens with me also. I don't know why I'm watching this. Sometimes it happens. You just watch for 10 minutes and then suddenly there is a click in the mind. Oh, why I'm watching this? It's nothing. Then I close it. Right. So the activity and the results. If you cannot, means if I'm watching something which there is no way of connecting to Krishna, then it's waste. It's taking me away from Krishna. So I should stop that way. Right.
Amazing, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. That was amazing.
Anything else, Mataji? You want to add something? Yeah, that's no Mataji or Almor Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much explaining nicely from Karma Yoga, Niskama Karma Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Thank you so much. And the Mataji's question also answered many of my doubts also. Thank you so much. I like the point very much about in our decision, is it taking away from me Bhakti? That's very good. We can ask before taking a decision. I like the point very much. Thank you so much. And yeah, one more thing, the detached from the Niskama Karma Yoga, we have to work, our result should not be attached. That's good. But Bhakti Yoga is doing is correct. Everything we have to do everything for Krishna. That is easy. Then Niskama Karma Yoga. I agree. Thank you so much, Prabhupada. Started this ISKCON and spreaded this Krishna consciousness. So it's easy. Easy in the sense it's very clear. It's a ready-made kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, that is really good. I mean, some otherwise we don't know what is bhakti. Bhakti we know. We as you said that Shravanam Kirtanam, that 9 types of bhakti we have to. So it's very good. It's very good. But still, we have to do it for satisfaction of Krishna, everything. I agree, Bhakti Yoga also with that. But still, I don't know. We are attached to the result. I agree. Everything happens by Krishna's sanction, right? So we want to think it. No, it is my effort. It happened. We want to think. I started thinking like that recently. So it is Krishna's help, mercy, or sanction, whatever it is happening. I agree that we have to do prescribed duty. That is correct. And one thing alone, without attachment to the result of the work. For example, if we take student, if they take exam or before the exam, they will get too much tensed, or after the result. No, before the result, like that, or if you apply for a job or whatever it is in our important day-to-day life, somehow it goes something Krishna, something thinking everything Krishna, we are doing like this. But some important time in our life, when why we are too much attached to that result, what will happen? Do I get it? Do you understand what? Until I couldn't communicate clearly. We are
I understood what you want
worry
to say.
about the result. Worry about the result.
Yes.
How we, in that kind of situation, how we can tell our mind to depend on Krishna. That's correct. We have to depend on Krishna. Could you please give me something?
Yes, I understood. So, if I understand, like, okay, at a sadhaka stage, we are not still pure, right? Bhakti also is not pure, and so we are doing karma mishra bhakti. Sometimes we are attached to results, sometimes we want something desperately. Like we know all the philosophy, everything, but no, today I want this, for example. So, so one thing, Mataji, is in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, it's not only like Krishna becoming charioteer of Arjuna is his compassion or his uh, reciprocation with devotees. That that is, of course, one part, like how Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. But throughout the Bhagavad Gita, we see Krishna is not saying anything no. He's acknowledging, okay, you will do Sata, you will do Bhakti, you will do Nishkam. So he's not saying that is bad. Krishna has not said like this, right? But he's telling Arjuna or to all of us that, okay, the destinations are different or the consciousness is different. So sometimes when we are attached to the results, it's okay because Krishna knows that, okay, this is also Krishna has sanctioned that also. Okay, you will do Sakam Karma sometimes. But remember, the destination is different. If your goal is prema or Krishna bhakti, then okay, you did karma kanda, sakam karma, but that goal is different. Okay, that's fine. So that is Krishna's mercy, right? He's not saying that sakam karma yoga you should stop. That is wrong. That is low class. Nothing. Krishna never says like that. He acknowledges Sakam Karma Yoga, he acknowledges Bhakti, he acknowledges Nishkam Karma Yoga. So in the later chapter, we also will understand like how why Krishna is all merciful, because he accepts everyone, because he knows in this world, not everybody will do Bhakti, right? So Sakam Karma Yogi also he acknowledges. So if sometimes, and also like devotees, Arjuna also is devotee, but he has emotions, right? So he became emotional in the war front. Uh, or when Abhimanyu died, Arjuna also cried. So becoming devotee does not mean we are not having emotions, right? So we have emotions. In fact, devotees are more emotional, right? Because they are compassionate, so their heart is soft, so they are more emotional. So we see Bhima getting angry, Krishna also getting angry on Bhishma Dev. So emotions will be there and attachments will be there. But only thing is, okay, we should not say that uh, I want to detach from everything. That's not possible immediately. Of course, if Krishna's mercy is there, it is possible. But sometimes if we are attached, it's okay. We are attached. Because Krishna is not, that does not mean if you are attached to something, that does not mean Krishna is rejecting you. No. Krishna is saying, okay, fine, you are attached, but remember the destination is different. If you want my bhakti, that is not the way. Okay, so maybe then we have to correct slowly. So it's not from my personal point of view, we should not be so much stiff, on this detachment from the results, because we are trying to practice that, right? So rather than that, okay, I'm attached to something, fine. If we understand that, that is our game. Like, okay, I understood that I'm attached to result. Uh, okay, fine. So I will work on it. But side by side, I'm attached, but I will keep continuing the bhakti part, right? The chanting, hearing, that I will keep doing more. I will try to do more. And by that, this attachment will slowly go. And in what you said, like in some situations, like if my son wants admission in some college, okay, so I'm, because my son will be happy if he gets that admission. I am also in that situation. Okay, no, my son wants that, so I also want that. So I will say, Krishna, he wants admission in so and so university, so please do something, please do something. I'm also getting attached. That's fine. But at that point, we should be very practical. Okay, if he's qualified, he will get. If it's not, then fine. If he gets admission there, it's more than good. If he's not getting, he gets admission somewhere else, then we have to accept that. But getting attached to what my son wants is also emotion, because I'm taking care of his, that is my dharma. Right? So yeah, so emotions will be there. So we should not be feeling bad about that. No, it's not required to feel bad, because feeling bad and getting jhanne na kimuchi, frustration is good for bhakti. Okay, we do mistakes, fine. Krishna says you do mistakes, fine. Krishna knows that we will do mistakes. He knows. And he expects that we will do mistakes and we will do things that we are not supposed to do. That is Krishna's mercy. That he said, still you do keep doing bhakti, you are my devotee. So we should be very open and normal and flexible. Happily we should do, Mataji. That's my views on this.
Thank you so much. Very well explained. Thank you so much. Actually, I mean, if we progress in bhakti, we may change, I think. Is it correct?
Yeah,
If
automatically
practicing progress, if we go higher level, we won't
yeah,
depend on the result much.
yeah, that will automatically happen, Mataji.
Yes.
We'll able to see Krishna's mercy in everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
automatically
Right.
anything is okay. So
Yes. Also,
on
it's
that
based on our karma, it happens, right? Happening things happens. For example, um, material thing based on karma, it happens. The progress of bhakti, it may be Krishna's mercy. Am I right?
yes, so progress in bhakti is our efforts, 99%,
Yes. I mean,
1%.
that's correct.
Yes, we effort and Krishna's mercy. Yes.
No, what I'm telling, the material thing that is doing certain job or whatever it is, that it's already written when we born. This is what going to happen. We marry here, we live like this. That continues, and our material life happens based on our karma. But in that, if we get in bhakti, if we progress, if a progress in the sense, if we put effort, we will progress. That's Krishna's mercy. That we can change, right?
Yes, but in case of devotee, like Krishna says, if you surrender unto me, the way
Yes.
you surrender, I reciprocate.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes.
Krishna don't see like your material thing. For him, everything is his property, right? Material world also is his. That is for us. But from Krishna's point of view,
Mm.
everything is same, right? Material
Yes.
energy is also his energy. So if he thinks that okay, for this devotee to do a bhakti, he needs something like this job or something he's saying. But then he can do chanting better. So then Krishna will say, okay, give him that, whatever is that. He don't worry that it's material or what. That is our will. For him, it is just one energy.
Okay.
So sometimes Krishna also interferes. Right? Krishna arranges. This
Okay,
all the
okay.
devotees have this experience that they
Okay.
get a job that they never thought, or they get into a job,
Correct.
and the situation around them is such that
Mm.
everybody is very cooperative, everybody understands you, everybody supports you. So why this happens? So Krishna says, okay, for my devotee to do bhakti, what is needed? His
Okay.
job should be peaceful. So he will take that care also. Because
Ah.
for him, that is same. That is his energy. For us, it is material. For him, it's same. Right? So he can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, there is no separation.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Can take
The
out
most,
anything.
yeah,
Anything. Yeah.
thank you so much. The most important verse I felt was verse 40. Neha
What is?
Bikramana Sosti. Yeah, Neha Bikramana Sosti. It's really good. The bhakti what we are doing, it is very helpful. That it continues next life also. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you for this question. Yeah, so this chapter is actually very practical chapter, and the next verse is from 54, very practical. Okay, thank you very much. And next time we will see from 54 to the end of the chapter, because it's the same Vishnu talking about Sthita Pragya. So that we will see next week. Okay, thank you very much for nice questions and nice reading. And keeping this going. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for all the wonderful explanation. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.